with or that I often hear facing clients, I try to give a small piece of advice so that you can understand and handle the issue simply. Evening to the family that just signed on. So today's tip is about what is included in child support. And the reason I chose this tip is I'm often asked by clients if they can get an accounting of child support, or they're upset because they don't think the money is actually being spent on the children. So I'm going to take a second to explain briefly how the child support guidelines cover the expenses so that you can be assured the money is always being spent on the children, even if it's not physically or manually being used for a specific expense. So child support guidelines break down the household expenses into 3 different types. And the guideline itself presupposes the cost of having a certain amount of children in the family of combined income. So that's an underlying premise of the guidelines that I'm not getting into today. Probably did other tips, and if I didn't, I will do another tip to explain the income portion of the child support guidelines and how they come to the child support amount. But inside of the child support amount is the calculation of what expenses are going to be covered by that payment. So they break it down to 3 different types of expenses. Your basic expenses are your fixed cost, your variable cost, and your controlled costs. Now the guidelines break them down a little less than 1/3. I think like one is 33 and one is 32, but I'm going to say for the purpose of this discussion, think of it in equal thirds because it's a small difference. So your fixed costs are going to be your costs that don't change. Mortgage or rent payments, car payments, any kind of installment agreements that you might have. Your variable payments are the ones that vary, that change. So that would be like your utilities, your insurance amounts, your food bills. And then your control costs are the ones that you have control over, but also may vary. That would be things like vacations or extracurricular activities for the children. So when you pay child support, you're paying 1/3 of your support into each of those expenses. So the theory of the guidelines is that having another child increases your rent or mortgage because you have a bigger place. You buy more food, you take more vacations. So even though the person may not be spending that specific payment that month on a pair of shoes, they're paying the utility bills, they're paying their mortgage, they're paying their car and their insurance. All that are being used in some part by the child or children. So you can rest assured that your money is always going towards the children or child's expenses, even if you don't see it physically or manually. I hope that's helpful and clear. If it's not, certainly give me a call at 973-562-0100. You can also email me at brad@micklinlawgroup.com. If you like this video or any of the others that you watch, please give it a like and a share so that more people get to see it. And I will see you next time I sign.